Welcome to a special edition of the Holy Shit Podcast. It's your boy ABE from DET.
My name is Chuck Jordan.
We got a special guest in the building from Group Chat Wrestling, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Bald Bro. Yes.
Yes,
Bald
sir.
Men Unite. This is how we connected. I saw the name Bald Bro. I had to reach out to him, man.
Absolutely, man. You know, it was instant connection, man. We had to make it work, but dude, thanks for having me on the podcast, and man, I appreciate it, man. Can't wait to get right into it, man.
Let's get into it, man. Let's
Sorry,
start.
guys. I have hair.
Right. Hey, fuck your hair, man. Fuck your hair.
Bro, listen, life is so much easier without this anymore, man. Like,
right.
I remember, like, just the last time I sat in a barber's chair. Like, I mean, it was that last time where it's like you can't do the shape ups anymore. You know, you see the hairline. It was here.
Right.
It was here, then here, then here. You know how it is. Like when you're missing it right here and right here.
Yeah.
You know. So I just told my barber, I was like, "Yo, just break out that zero blade and let me just get into let genetics take over, man."
What's your team? They have choices in New York.
Knicks.
We got one.
Giants and Mets.
Oh, he a homer. He a homer for sure.
Not necessarily with baseball. I'm born and raised in the Bronx, but I'm a Mets fan though.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, we out here in Detroit. We got our Lions tearing it up. That's about the only thing we could cheer for right about now.
Yeah.
Hockey. I don't know if hockey's still doing good.
They coming up. Our Wings are coming up. Tigers is decent. Pistons, we will not talk about them until next season.
We got good college teams. Well, had good college teams.
All right. Well, let's get into this. Let's talk
wrestling.
What got you watching wrestling in the origin, man? What started you at a young age watching wrestling, or was it a young age?
Oh yeah, it was a young age. I want to say early 90s, like 93, 92, 93. I mean, when you go back to that time of wrestling, that was you can make an argument that was like one of the worst ages of wrestling. That was where whatever real life gimmick you see in person, like they try to make that into a wrestling character. You know, you had your Isaac Yankums, you had your garbage guys, Duke the Dumpster, Drosy. You had all just the corniest characters, but the guy that stood out above the rest for me was the first time I saw Bret the Hitman Hart. Like when I saw Hitman on the screen for me the first time, like the pink and black attack, like just the entrance, the leather jacket, the pink shades, like giving those pink shades to the kid in the front row. It's like you're a kid, and it's like, damn, you wish you were that kid. And then, boom, the bell rings, and it's like he was just the most believable dude in the ring. Like he can beat you in so many different ways. I thought the sharpshooter at the time was the coolest move I had ever seen at that point. Still to this day, you can make the argument it's the greatest submission move of all time. You know, like, but yeah, it was just the first time I saw Bret Hart on my TV screen. Like I was like, yeah, that's the guy right there, and I want to find out more about this crazy sport that we all know and love today.
I feel like when you said that, we got to be around the same age, man. I don't get to talk 90s wrestling too often with Chuck. He's a late bloomer. But Marty Jannetty, Shawn Michaels, that's what got it going for me, man. When I saw them flying off the top rope, I was locked in from that day forward, man. Shout out to the Rockers.
Yeah, man.
You want to tell them who got you started, Chuck? You're a late bloomer.
The Hardy Boys.
Yeah, decent.
Now, what year Hardy Boys are we talking about? Like, are we talking about like them starting in the late 90s, like how they actually started with Gangrel, which a lot of people new today don't really know that the Hardys really got their start with Gangrel when he ditched Edge and Christian for a little bit.
Hardys back when they were when all the ladder matches start coming in.
TLCs later on.
TLC like WrestleMania 16, 17.
Yeah.
Yeah, not the Brood, huh? Yeah.
I remember the Brood though.
Yeah. What got you in podcasting on content creation for wrestling?
Well, just content creation, like in general. Like I'll get into that first, and then why I started the podcast with my friends from England. Like actually, so the group chat wrestling podcast, which with me and my friends, like those are all my friends who live in England, actually. I met them all last year going to All In last year for the first time. Met a whole bunch of them, but we were in a group chat literally on Twitter for months leading up to All In. We all decided, let's start this group chat, get to know each other, have our own little friendly discourse, because if you've been on wrestling Twitter for more than 5 minutes, you know how much of a shit show that can be. So it's like we have our own little community within that community, and there were like a dozen of us who went to All In last year, and we were like, let's continue going forward this year. And literally 2 months ago, the guys that hit me up, we're just gonna throw together this podcast, man. Let's just take it one day at a time. And I'm like, all right, let's see what happens. And right now tomorrow we're gonna be recording episode 10, and I think we just literally hit 100 subscribers on Spotify. We're over 1,200 downloads right now. So, it's slow little trudge uphill right now, but we're just taking it one step at a time. And our tagline is we do it for the love of the game. It's just like for them, it's just dudes at the end of the pub at the tavern, just chilling, drinking a beer, like and just talking wrestling. We don't. It's just a good time amongst friends.
What got you to want to go to All In last year? Do you know people out there, or you were just like, I'm going, man? I say one-time experience.
Well, yeah, like obviously it was my first time going to London, going to England. Like, I mean, and I recommend any fan out there, not just England, but if going to a wrestling show like outside of your home state or your home city, like, is the best experience. Dude, I've been to shows in obviously here everywhere in New York. I mean, obviously New Jersey. I've been to Philly. I've been to San Francisco. Been to London 2 years in a row now. Went to All In last month again. But dude, like Wembley Stadium, 80,000 people. It was an amazing sight out there last year. I mean, a little smaller crowd this year, but who gave a shit? Like this year's All In was way better than last year. I mean, it was an amazing show. Like, I honestly recommend all wrestling fans get your passport, go across seas. I mean, those British fans over there, they put us Americans like to shame.
Yeah, I bet, man. The closest thing I've ever been to something like that was Toronto, Rock versus Hogan WrestleMania. That was insane, man.
Oh yeah, I also went to Toronto, NXT Takeover Toronto in 2016.
Ooh.
Actually, me and my friend and my cousin, we drove 8 hours from New York to Toronto.
Y'all serious fans, man. So you going to All In? I could tell you an AEW fan. I'm gonna like you, man. We gotta do more stuff, man.
Absolutely. And speaking of more stuff, like we're gonna set up something like getting you on the show definitely in the future.
Yeah, man. Because on our show it's 4 of us, but I'm the only AEW guy, man. None of them they not willing.
I watch highlights.
At least you're honest. I mean,
yeah, he is.
It's just a lot of those bad faith takes out there that they'll say they saw something and it's garbage and blah 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 blah. But you can tell off the rip that whether they watch or not, like the ultimate giveaway is they tell those storylines. I'm like, stop! I don't want to hear anymore. Like, you already gave away the plot. But just to answer your initial question about what got me into content creation in general, like I started on TikTok, and I'm gonna give you guys the real right now. Like, no sugarcoat or nothing. I legitimately started content creation on TikTok for the reason, not for clout, not to be, internet famous or anything like that. It was purely, there was a lot going on in my life that I just had to distract myself from. And what I mean is that I literally this month, 2 years ago, is when I started doing TikTok videos like full time. And I could tell you September 10th, 2 years ago, my life changed forever in a sense. Like, so I remember it was a Saturday, rare day off of work for me. I'm like gonna chill, watch some college football all day, order a pizza, stay in. And my dad gives me a call. He's like, I got an infection on my foot. Can you take me to urgent care? I'm like, all right, cool, no problem. You go to urgent care, they're probably just gonna bandage you up, give you a script, and send you on your way. That's 90% of the time. I'm sure any experiences out there going to urgent care. So Take him. He goes in, getting checked out. He comes out, thinking about to leave. No, they say his foot and ankle needs X-rays. Gets X-rays done. La la la. You know, I'm on my phone, chilling, watching the games. No rush for me. Whatever. Comes back out. All right, I think we're about to go. No, says you got to go to the emergency room. And little backtrack a little bit. My father is a type 2 diabetic.
Ooh.
So
mine too.
So diabetes actually runs in my father's side of the family. Like my grandfather, how long has it been now? I think over 14 years ago, January passed away. I think like he had just complications, just passed away. But type 2 diabetes does run in my father's side of the family. I dropped my father off at the hospital, and September 10th, 2022 was the last day he walked unassisted. Man. So I remember going back to the hospital a few days later, see him in the hospital bed. They took his toes and part of his foot. Now, you would think, all right, that sucks, but he's in the clear? No. There's a 48-hour period that you have to wait to see if like infection spread or if it went further up.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they did have to go further up. So today, my father is without his leg below his knee, his right leg below his knee. And it was like, I'm blessed to have like a great father figure who taught me how to raised me to be the man I am today. So like seeing my father in a sense, like in the hospital bed, him kind of like literally being kind of chopped down in a sense, like, like that was just a hard like mind fuck for me for a while. Like that just messed with my mind. So it was like, of course my dad being the positive guy he is, he's like, he's gonna push on forward. He'll get back to work soon, which he is now. He's back to work now. He went back to work last year. Got his prosthetic leg. Like he's working, he's driving, going on vacations, doing everything like that.
Hey, can we get a quick round of applause for Dad, though, man? That's a comeback right there, man.
Yeah,
that's a comeback.
So it's kind of so it's his right leg that got like I said, below the knee that got taken. So what he had to do, he had to get a special pedal to install in his car for him to use his left foot, his left leg to drive. Because I'm pretty sure we all use our right leg when we're driving. Like but yeah, like as soon as he knew that he started reading up on material, like getting back to normal as possible when he got his prosthetic, like there was no slowing down. He went back to work. He's driving. He's traveling. My parents love to travel. That was the one thing that was more worrisome about him. Like when he lost his leg, he's like, no, I need to get my shit healthy. I need to get my leg, and I need to get out there. I need to get out in the world. So like that was why I started content creation, because like I love wrestling and I love talking about it today, but it was just I want to get lost in the content in the world of wrestling to kind of like that tragedy is there, it's there in my mind, but I just needed something to like kind of keep me straight, keep me sane, keep me occupied, and I wanted to kind of like put a front on for my family, sense that I'm not all down, and even though I was at the time, trust me, I was down, depressed, but I also want to try my best to put a brave front, a brave face that says like, yeah, I'm good, I'm moving along, I'm trudging along, But yeah, man, that's how it is sometimes. But like I said, 2 years later, he's working, he's driving, he's exercising here and there, and he's doing good today.
Man, that story hit home, man. You starting off like that for the mine's, I'll tell it another day, but my story is pretty similar of why I got into content creation, but it is on the same track. It's like an escape, man. It's like man, it's a release. You're not confined to your world, and it exposes you to so many people, so many different ideas, and you could just escape for 1 second in your little bubble that you're in right there. So I 1000% agree with you on that. Thank you for sharing that with us too, man.
Like I believe that. I was gonna say real quick, like that's what wrestling to me is, in a sense. Like even before that, like with my father in his health situation, that's what wrestling has always been, in a sense. That's what it should be. In a sense, it's literally an escape from reality, dude. Like you get to the arena, you under the lights, the see the crazy ring setups, when the bell rings and everything, dude, everything going out on in life, like your work or anything problems outside, dude, that all goes away when the show starts. And that's what wrestling has always been, at least to me. Like that's why I'm at a point in my life as a wrestling fan. Like yeah, like you said, like I'm a pro AEW guy, but I do watch other stuff. Obviously, I watch WWE here and there. I watch a little New Japan, a little TNA when I can. It's just a lot of wrestling to
It
do.
is. It's a lot.
I try to catch up when I can. A little Ring of Honor here and there, but I mean, I try to do what I can. But I mean, we'll get to it, I'm sure, a little down the line. But if I could be honest right now, like I'm just where I'm at is enjoying the product. Like AEW just gives me what I want and what I'm looking for, on a consistent basis. I mean, that's how I see it.
Yeah. What was you gonna say, Chuck?
I was gonna say, me personally, I believe real men cry, and real men, we share emotions, we have emotions. But I was gonna lead to the next question: is has there ever been a match that made you cry, like a wrestling match that you was like just tearing up, or a wrestling moment?
I mean, dude, let's say freaking recent history. Like I said, I was just at All In, Danielson and Swerve, man. Like the damn stipulation, freaking Danielson retiring. Like, dude, up straight up the late 2000s. I wasn't really watching much WWE because that's the middle of the whole Super Cena era, and it's like, it's the whole the meme, the Cena wins lull. Like it was just getting boring and tiring, like the same shit over and over again. Like me personally, the wrestling characters or like the wrestlers that I gravitate to, are the underdog types, the guys who have to fight underneath, who have to earn everything that they gotten in their career. Like that's why, all due respect to the Roman Reigns, the Cody Rhodes, and the guys like that, they're great in their own regard, but they don't hit home with me like a Bryan Danielson does, like an Eddie Kingston does, or even in a way, like it may sound even like a Stone Cold Steve Austin. Like you might hear Stone Cold like, well, you tell me he's one of the biggest stars of all time. Not when you look at how he came up, like his character, in a sense, like they didn't want him as the champ. They didn't think he was championship material. They thought he was trash. They thought he was gutter. He had to fight up from underneath. He had to defeat all the damn. He rewrote all the damn prerequisites of what a champion should be. He threw that out the window. He changed the mold going forward to today's wrestling business. But yeah, like with Danielson and Swerve, dude, there was a point where the last 5 or 7 minutes, I'm thinking, yo, are they about to this dude's about to retire right now? Like I was feeling it, man.
Right.
Especially when that knee that Swerve no sold.
Yeah.
When Swerve's no sold that knee, I was like, oh nah, they about to do it.
Right.
For real. But
nobody ever no sells that knee, man.
Nah, and I'm like, because I'm like, damn, Swerve just hit God mode right there.
Yeah.
It's like shit. But yeah, that one right there, I mean, that's recent history. That one
yeah. Mine, I had to go back, man, when Dustin and Cody, man. That match, man, that ripped my soul out, man. Just the match alone, the story, the post-match speech that he had, man, that match tore me down, man. But it's so many, man. When you're a fan and you get invested like that, man, it's theatrics. It's like a story. You're watching a movie just like anybody else, man. You got one, Chuck?
Yes. I cry all the time. We both know that. I cried up the bullshit last night. The fuck is that shit? It's gonna sound really...
Can they coexist? Fucking Cody and Roman.
Oh, we gonna get to that. I want to pick your brain about that too.
No, I say no. Fuck that. God. I don't want them to coexist. For me, it'd have to be. It's gonna sound really, really weird, but it was the last Austin Rock in Austin.
Last Rock in Austin.
And they showed the camera show in, and they were talking to each other, and they was thanking each other. You can see it, like the camera wasn't supposed to pick it up. They picked it up, and I just was like, I don't know. I was like, man, that just shows the brotherhood. And I was like, at the time, I was going through it emotionally, and I was really leaning on all my friends, being the only child. A lot of shit was just going bad at home. I was just like, I like to see brotherhood like that. I don't know. I just got really emotional and just start crying.
Yeah, that was a hell of a moment. Hell of a moment. Now, you being an AEW guy, is there any current, if you were playing matchmaker, you were the franchisee, the GM, if you could make a trade from AEW to WWE, is there a male, female, and a tag team that you would possibly like to switch just to see how they would do in a different universe?
All right, so let's go one by one. Male, Ricky go to WWE. I think that's gonna happen anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
And bring over Ilya. Bring over Ilya.
Ooh.
I mean, bring over Ilya. Women, I say Britt goes to WWE. Give me Io Sky in AEW.
Oh, and AEW is sick with Sheeta. That'd be crazy, man.
Mm-hmm. And tag team, man, that's tough. Bringing over to AEW, man, that's a tough one. That's the problem with WWE's like tag team division right now. Like it's so fucking bad.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go down to NXT. Yeah, you know what, man? Give me Chase U in AEW.
Wow, wasn't seeing that coming.
Give me Chase U. Like, dude, listen, go back to the Heat Wave match they had against Fraxium.
Yeah,
bro, I thought that was the best match on the card. Like, listen, Andre Chase out there in the damn red sweater and what's he got on? Fours on?
Yeah,
he got the red fours on. My man's just going ham for like 4 or 5 minutes straight, doing avalanche Canadian destroyers, out breaking the sweat. Like, yeah, I think Chase U and AEW would do would do good in there.
Oh man, those was great picks, man. Great picks.
Yeah.
Me and Chuck got a live coming up tomorrow on TikTok. Why don't you hit him with that question? Let's get his opinion, Chuck.
Which one?
Mount Rushmore.
Oh, yeah. Who is on? Wait. Who is on your Mount Rushmore?
Ooh, all right. Real quick. Austin.
Ding.
Bret Hart. Undertaker, greatest gimmick of all time.
Wow.
And number 4, his 3-year AEW run has put him in my Mount Rushmore is Bryan Danielson.
Wow. I like
Bryan Danielson, Bret the Hitman Hart, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Undertaker.
Shout out to you for that list, man. That is a hell of a list.
If you follow the track, it's almost like, from the beginning of when I watch wrestling, kind of almost to a current leap and bound. But yeah, like, I'm sorry, like Danielson, this last 3 years of him in AEW, I mean, I love the story he had in WrestleMania 30. I mean, pulling double duty, beating the Evolution in the same night. That was a dope moment too. And listen, like, I guess I told you guys earlier, I wasn't watching really much in late 2000s. Both CM Punk and Daniel Bryan, like, hitting the main event, like, scene, like, early to mid 2010, like, those two, they brought me back to WWE full time.
Right.
Like, it was those guys in my opinion. So yeah, that's why Danielson is up on my Mount Rushmore.
Hell of a Mount Rushmore. Salute to that. My Mount Rushmore is kind of the same. It's like the history. I got people kill me for this. I just separate personal from art, but I got Hogan on my list. I got Ric Flair on my list.
I'm leaving again. Sorry.
I got Shawn Michaels. I got Shawn Michaels on my list at number 3. And number 4 is kind of just like you. I added him in because of his AEW reign. This man has stretched his career over a span of 3 decades continuously at a very, very high level. He is not my favorite wrestler. It's just like LeBron is not. But when stats add up, you just got to give him their props. And I feel like this guy has done that. And Jericho is on my Mount Rushmore as well, man. He just keeps reinventing himself. He's not the best ever, but his consistency, I've just grown to respect it. So Jericho is on my Mount Rushmore as well. What about you, Chuck?
Can we go back a question? I want to hear who you got would switch rosters with.
Who would I switch rosters with? That was hard, man. That's why I was asking him. I don't know.
I thought you had an answer.
I was like, damn, you know, if I was to switch, one thing I was thinking was tag team. I would bring Gorillas of Destiny over in AEW, repackage them the correct way, and let them run with the Bucks and the boys with all of that stuff. I would bring them over there, and I would probably send over the Guns, just because I believe Billy Gunn and his sons with the DX, they just so AEW groomed them perfectly. And they could go over to WWE with those gimmicks and just kill it with their father's legacy. So those are the two tag teams I would switch. Everything else, I'm not sure, man. I like it like it is. 100%.
All right.
Now you're Mount Rushmore, sir.
In order?
However you want to do it.
You in order, so I guess I'll go order. Shit. Austin, Rock, Orton, the Randy one, and Paul Heyman.
Wow. Paul Heyman, the curveball.
Because I keep telling people, with Paul Heyman, I get CM Punk, Brock Lesnar, anybody he's ever managed. I can throw them in the mix with him. But Paul Heyman, greatest manager ever.
Can't argue.
In my opinion.
Yeah, that's a fact. I mean, if it was a question before, the 4-year reign he had with Roman, I think solidified it. I mean,
yeah,
like just wait for whenever he does come back, like that pop that he's gonna get when Paul comes back alongside Roman.
Is Paul Heyman.
Yeah. Hey, that's the reason my tag is what it is. I saw a thing he had. Wasn't even a wrestling thing. It was an off thing. He was like every day when he said somebody new turns in, you want them to at least know who you are. He said even if they don't remember nothing else, they'll remember. Oh, that's that guy who does this. So I literally took word for word. My name is, and inserted my own name.
Hey, you learning from a genius there, brother. But now that we're speaking about Roman and all that, last night, as you probably seen, sir, Roman and Cody have fused, and we like to call him on this show. I don't know if you've seen this picture we put up. We like to call him the Samoan Nightmare, Coleman Reeds. They have fused together. They are a team, and they will be going up against Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa at Bad Blood. Your thoughts on this popping off?
It's literally funny. I literally did a video on this before I came on here, and I know why it's happening, but you see, the problem with me is that when I see stuff like this, I use common sense when I see stuff like this, and my initial reaction is, why does Cody care what's going on in the bloodline right now? What does this have to do? You took care of Solo already, who should be as close to us, who should not be as close to the title picture as possible. There's no reason to be there whatsoever, but whatever. He got his matches, he lost, and now, okay, Roman has his dealing with Solo and the other guys in the bloodline. Like, why is this Cody's business? Why does he care? Roman went on a 4+ year reign terrorizing WWE. Whoever was set in front of him was stacked, destroyed, conquered, repeat, all that stuff. I mean, I'm not gonna butcher
stack him, pack him,
all that shit. Insert Paul Heyman quotes in there, but it's like for 4+ years he was a part-time champion. That was the biggest complaint. He held the championship hostage. He finally loses the belt. You complete your story, and it's like, well, the year before they cost you your moment. You have to chase for one more year. You finally win it, and it's like, all right, cool. He's going through his shit. What does that have anything to do with you? Why are you sympathetic to a man who made your life a living hell almost for 2 years in your chase for the title? I have no idea why he wants to get involved in Bloodline. Well, of course, you know why he's getting involved? Because it's a way to keep Cody in the main event. Because we all know it doesn't matter. He has the Universal Championship.
Nope.
Roman coming back at SummerSlam showed everyone the truth, whether you want to believe it or not. Roman is the main event. The bloodline
undisputed
is the main event, not Cody. And I saw this coming as soon as Cody won the belt, because guess what? In the 4 years Roman held that belt, you did not you did not make up any new opponents for Cody. There were no new heels for Cody to go against. It's literally Roman's leftovers that you've been going up against for the better part of 5 months since winning the belt. It's been AJ, then
Twice.
Logan,
bullshit,
and Kevin Owens. Like,
that didn't want it.
No, and it's all been the same story with Cody. It's like, G Gunn, like, I respect you and all that. I'm gonna give you a title shot and blah blah. Like, we hear the complaints in AEW with giving title shots that are undeserved all the time, but when it comes to Cody, we never get a fraction of that energy. Like, when Logan Paul got it at King and Queen of the Ring, I'm like, that was the same time where Roderick Strong got the championship shot against Swerve, main event of Dynamite. It was just all negative, but I'm like, what the fuck did Logan Paul do to earn this shit? Like, and it was crazy. Remember, his belt wasn't even on the line. So I'm like, all right, cool, but it's been the same fucking story. It's like, yeah, like, you're my opponent. I'm gonna beat you for the belt, but I have all the respect for you. Like, just fucking Timu Homelander corny shit. I'm tired of this shit, man.
God.
Yeah, come on now.
Chuck is loving that. We got a civil war on this show. I'm Team Cody. He's Team Roman. So he is loving your take.
Yes. You're saying what I've been saying for months.
Oh my God.
But he won't listen.
I will never listen. Man. Cody is my guy to the death.
You are in denial. This man just spoke the gospel.
Listen, I mean, he's a great wrestler. Don't get me wrong. He's great, bell to bell, all that stuff.
I'm telling you, I've said the same thing. I was like, he's a great wrestler. They promoted him wrong. They have nobody for him. And he was like, well, he's not fighting anybody. Where the hell is AJ? Where the hell is Logan? Where are all the guys he's beaten? Only one still doing something is Kevin, and Kevin is fighting with Randy. They're trying to team up and get the tag team belts, I guess. I don't know what's going on.
Like, where's
Kevin
that going?
didn't even want to fight him. He was like, no, we're friends. I'm good. I don't even want that life no more. Last time I was a champion, they hated me for it. So why would I want that again?
You said, where's that going with?
Dude, how many months? It's literally been going on since Mania, when they were in the triple threat for the U.S. title. Like, when it was KO and Randy against Logan. Like, where's this going? Is this going to them, like, challenging for the tag titles? I mean, where is it going?
People get this confused sometimes because they like to give Triple H credit. They call it long-term storytelling. No, sometimes you could just milk the cow too damn much, man. And people get that line blurred. I appreciate a long story, but sometimes you got to cut the shit off and move to something else, man. Seriously.
Sometimes you need to stop cutting the shit off. Like I said before, you weren't here, but me and Abe had a conversation. I was like, why the hell did they take the belts or break up Cody and Sammy? They were over. They were a great tag team, and they
Cody and Sammy.
KO and Sammy.
Cody's on your mind. I know you love him. He is on your mind.
I just learned the whole theme song today. I'm telling you. But no, KO and Sammy, like, why they were a team and then you broke them up, but why? And now you got Randy and KO, and granted, to me, they like two sides of the same coin. KO is like
oh, we lost your audio.
Sorry, the phone was ringing. Phone's ringing. But I don't understand some of these storylines. But like I was like, you made a T-shirt for them, you made a group name for them, and then they have yet to they fight once in a while together, but they haven't gone for the belts yet. I'm not understanding. Maybe he just really hates Randy after kicking him for kissing his wife all them years ago.
Right, we'll see. We will see, man.
Y'all remember that?
Yeah, I remember
Randy,
that
when he kissed Steph.
I remember that.
Triple H might be a little still salty about that.
All right. Now, I think I know what your number one is going to be, but if you could The current, the not how overall, but just today, because rankings in wrestling change. One
Every
day
day.
I like AEW, and the next day I might like NXT a little more. But today, can you rank Raw, SmackDown, NXT, AEW, and TNA from top to bottom?
All right. Dynamite 1, Raw 2nd. I'll say NXT 3rd, TNA 4th, SmackDown's 5. SmackDown's the worst weekly wrestling TV show because let's be honest,
Wow.
in that 2 hours of wrestling on SmackDown, does anything mean nothing? Nothing matters until Roman is on the screen.
That is a fact. That is a fact.
So whether it's Roman or Cody, nothing else matters. Like, I mean, I know we talked about Randy and KO last night, but like, besides that, can you name off the top of your head without looking it up what else happened on SmackDown last night?
Nia Jax and Tiffany got into it with what the fuck is their names?
He's a perv. He loves women wrestling. That's why he knows. I couldn't think of shit when you just said it.
Carmelo Hayes fought Andrade.
For what? It was the 5th time?
Right.
I don't even know how Carmelo Hayes even got one victory. I thought he was way better. When LA Knight came out and talked shit.
You make a good point, man. No bloodline, there is no SmackDown, man.
It still makes no sense to say like after the draft.
You know the fucked up shit is I feel the same way about Raw. I just feel like Raw is just the Terror Twins versus the what's the fuck their group?
Judgment Day.
Trash Gang.
They
Did they change their group name? They're still Judgment Day?
There was a rumor they were going to be changed to Street Trash.
Yeah, Street Trash.
Street Trash.
No, but I think they heard it enough times. Like, no, that's a fucking stupid name. Let's just keep it.
Okay, well, I like Street Trash. Street Trash, and it seems like it's just their show.
Yeah,
like Raw to me is 3 hours of just them.
Yeah.
Which is fucked up because Gunther is the head guy, and you forget that he's the champ sometimes.
Bro, let's be honest. You forget the majority of champions on whether it's Raw, SmackDown, besides the Universal Champion.
Oh, like I'm not gonna lie, we did a thing last night, and I was like, KO and Randy should go for the tag team titles. I was like, who the fuck got the belts? And I had to think about it. I'm like, oh yeah, it was the fucking Tongan twins got the fucking belts.
Right, 100%.
I had to remind myself that freaking Finn and JD got the Raw belts. So I was like, oh shit, I totally forgot.
Oh shit, yeah, the tag team belts are just they just do what they want to with them.
Right,
the only belts I remember is the females, and that's just because Jade and Bianca are promoted everywhere in front of your face.
Bro, they was it? Yeah, WrestleMania. They split the belts at WrestleMania. Neither the Raw SmackDown belts have been defended on the PLE since then.
Yeah, 100% facts, man. But since we ranking the brands, there was a popular ranking that just went on with PWI 500, where they ranked 500 best wrestlers. We're not gonna go through all of them, but the top 5, we got Cody at 1, Swerve at 2, Will Ospreay at 3, Seth Rollins at 4, and Naito at 5. Do you got any issue with that top 5 of the list?
Now, I had to look up like what the cutoff date was because, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it was from from July 31st last year to August 1st this year. I think the cutoff was.
Yep, I believe that's
so. Considering what events took place during that time, I don't have a problem with. Well, hold on a sec. Like Cody, all right, fine. I'll stomach Cody at number 1. 2 main event WrestleManias. Fine. He did a story, and okay, I see the impact he has with WWE. I see that. Like, trust me, if it was just like match and in-ring and all that stuff, he wouldn't be. But we gotta consider the entire picture. Fine, Cody, number 1. But I want to talk about Swerve real quick. Like number 2 for Swerve. Like, I don't know if you guys I forgot which interview he did recently, like about his rise up to in AEW the past 2 years. Like, and I talked about this a couple episodes on my podcast. Like, Swerve, the work he's done the past 2 years, like not just any new incoming wrestlers into AEW, but any new wrestlers coming into the business in general. He laid out the blueprint he is the blueprint of how you could take yourself to here and take yourself here. Because let's remember when he debuted at Revolution 2 years ago, like he didn't come in as this big main eventer. Like, yeah, he had some clout, he had some, he was a well-known name, but he started off here. And I remember the interview, he said every opportunity that was afforded to him, he took. He did Rampage, he did Collision, he did the tag team Swerve in Our Glory with Keith Lee. Like he took the job, he did the jobs, he took the pins. But every time he got on TV, he took every chance to make himself leave a lasting effect, whether he won or whether he lost. Like, and he came in, guess what? He put on weight, he got bigger, he got stronger, he turned himself into a main eventer where to the point where if he would have been number one, I would have been fine. But seeing how far he's come in the past 2.5 years, like him getting that recent contract extension with AEW, like basically TK, he ain't taking no chance. He's like, I'm not letting you get to free agency. Like, no, you're here. You're the guy. You're one of the guys going forward. He should be a blueprint for any new up and coming wrestler in any promotion of what it takes to be that star going forward.
Well said. Well said.
Now, me personally, I said Cody should have been 2. Swerve was number 1.
I would have been fine. Like I said, either way.
I did not think Cody should have been first. I was like Swerve, even even just how you said it, just so passionately. From where he was and where he's at now, and I haven't seen a bad match from the man. I went with number 1 for him. But there was another list. What was the other list?
Oh no, real quick before we go to the next list, there is something I know we're talking about top 5 in the PWI, but like if we expand to the top 10 real quick, I'm sorry, like Damian Priest at 6, 3 spots above Gunther. Nah, we got to switch it. I'm sorry. Remember in that time frame that the PWI put out, Gunther smashed the record for the ICW for the Intercontinental Championship like title reign. And I'm sorry, I cared more about Gunther's Intercontinental Championship reign more than I did Roman's reign, because I'm sorry, like Gunther, he did everything. Like even though he had the IC belt, he gave you that feeling, that aura of like, yo, he is gonna be one day that top guy, that top champion right there. Like, so I'm sorry. Like, all due respect to Damian, like he should not be 3 spots above Gunther on that list.
I didn't think Damian should be on the list.
Not only did he do the IC title, he went right after, won the King of the Ring. Right after that, he won the IC, so it's like, I mean, he won the world title. So to me, he should have been 5 over Naito. That's where I put Gunther at.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Naito shouldn't be in the top 10. Like, listen.
Damian shouldn't be in the top 10.
Yeah, those two shouldn't be in the top 10, but yeah, that's where I stand on that.
I think they gave somebody a reach around to get on top 10.
Right.
Did I say that out loud? My bad.
But Bob, bro, can you tell our fans where they can find you on all platforms and your podcast, sir?
All right. Obviously you can find me on TikTok at that ball bro. All wrestling content, throwing a little football and baseball and basketball in there as well. And like you said, the Group Chat Wrestling Podcast, you can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere, any of your podcast outlets right now. We record every Sunday. We release new episodes about every Tuesday or so. You can find me on Twitter at @that_bald_bro. You can guys, like I said, Group Chat Wrestling Podcast, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere you listen to stream podcasts, give us a shout out. We do it for the love of the game. All right, please
check out the descriptions. Check out the descriptions. Sir. I got it all down there for y'all, man. Appreciate you being on our show, man. Please come back again. We got to talk more, man. Please.
Yes,
absolutely.
What is that? Wednesday?
What'd you say? Wednesday? What?
Is that AEW Wednesday?
Oh, yes, it's Wednesday. Well,
yes,
you act like you don't know.
You got to come back Wednesday night and help and do a show with him.
I need some assistance, man. I can't ever get somebody on my show, man. Ever.
Bro, if you need someone to do like a wrap up show, I'm your guy.
I got you, man. Coming soon, Bald Bros Connection. We're gonna be a new tag team, man.
The new age headbangers.
Right. All right, but till next time, y'all know who it is. It's your boy ABE from DET.
My name is my name, and my name is Chuck Jordan.
I am that ball, bro.
And you've been tuned in to the Holy Shit Podcast. Peace out.